If December has your anxiety working overtime like it's gunning for Employee of the Month, yeah, we need to talk. Here's what's happening in your head right now. The calendar flipped to December, and suddenly you're doing mental math on everything you haven't accomplished this year. Your Instagram feed is a highlight reel of everyone else's wins while you're sitting there wondering if you peaked in 2019. The holidays are coming at you like a freight train. Family drama, financial pressure, and that special cocktail of loneliness that somehow shows up even when you're surrounded by people. And then there's the real kicker. You're anxious about being anxious. Like your brain decided to go meta on you. You know you shouldn't feel this way, you know it's not logical, but knowing that just adds guilt to the anxiety smoothie you're already drinking. Fun times. Look, I'm not here to tell you to just breathe deeper or download another meditation app. You've tried that. What we're going to do is expose the 3 specific lies anxiety tells you, especially in December, and replace them with something that actually works. Not temporary band-aids, not spiritual bypassing. Real biblical truth that translates into Monday morning clarity. By the end of this, you'll understand why your anxiety feels so loud right now, why it's not your fault, and most importantly, why it's not your identity. This isn't about becoming anxiety-free, it's about becoming anxiety-proof. There's a verse in Psalms that says, "The Lord directs the steps of the one who delights in him." Psalm 37:23. Sit with that for a second. Your steps are being directed. Not rushed, not compared. Directed. Then Isaiah drops this truth bomb. "Do not fear, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and help you." That's Isaiah 41:10. Notice it doesn't say the strength shows up before you need it. It shows up when you need it. And here's the one that's going to rewire how you see yourself. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Paired with 2 Timothy 1:7. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Your anxious thoughts? They're not your destiny. They're not even your identity. You are not behind. Your life moves at God's pace, not anxiety's. December is basically anxiety's Super Bowl. Everyone's posting their year-end wins, their engagement photos, their promotions, their perfect family Christmas cards. Meanwhile, you're over here Googling, "Is it normal to eat cereal for dinner 3 nights in a row?" Here's what anxiety won't tell you. Comparison is a rigged game. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You're measuring your middle to someone else's ending. That promotion your friend got? You don't know the 14-hour days destroying their marriage. That perfect family photo? You missed the screaming match in the parking lot. Psalm 37:23, your steps are directed. That means your timeline isn't broken. You're not behind because there's no universal schedule you're supposed to be on. God's not checking his watch wondering why you haven't hit certain milestones yet. Your path is custom designed. It's supposed to look different. Stop letting anxiety convince you that different means wrong. Strength arrives when you need it, not before. Your anxiety is basically a terrible fortune teller. It creates these disaster movies in your head. You'll fail the presentation, you'll say the wrong thing at Christmas dinner, you'll run out of money, you'll end up alone. And then it demands you solve all these imaginary problems right now, at 2 a.m., while you're trying to sleep. But here's the thing, Isaiah 41:10 is actually saying, the strength shows up in the moment, not in the imagination. You're not supposed to have the strength for next month's problems today. That's like trying to eat next week's lunch right now. It doesn't work that way. When you actually get to that presentation, that dinner, that challenge, the resources will be there. The words will come. The strength will show up. Not because you're special, but because that's literally how it's designed to work. Manna in the wilderness wasn't stored up for weeks. It showed up daily. Your emotional and spiritual resources work the same way. So when anxiety shows you next year's problems and you feel weak, that's not failure, that's physics. You're not supposed to lift tomorrow's weight with today's strength. Your anxious thoughts are not your identity. This is the deepest lie anxiety tells, and it's genius in its simplicity. This is just who you are. You're an anxious person. This is your personality now. Wrong. Dead wrong. Romans 12:2 doesn't say try to think differently. It says be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's not self-help. That's rewiring. And 2 Timothy 1:7 explicitly states what you were actually given. Not a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. That's your factory settings. Everything else is a virus. Your anxious thoughts are weather patterns, not climate. They pass through. They don't define the landscape. You can acknowledge them without adopting them. You can feel them without becoming them. Think about it like this. If anxious thoughts made you an anxious person, then hungry thoughts would make you a hungry person forever. But you know that's ridiculous. You get hungry, you eat, you move on. The feeling doesn't become your identity. Same principle here. Bigger stakes, same principle. Picture this. It's December 15th. Sarah's scrolling through LinkedIn at 11 p.m. because apparently she hates herself. Everyone's posting their promotions, their big wins. They're grateful for this amazing year updates. She's been in the same position for 3 years. Her anxiety starts its greatest hits album. You're falling behind. You're not ambitious enough. You're wasting your potential. But here's what Sarah's anxiety doesn't know. Her boss is about to quit in January. The position she's been wanting is about to open up. The skills she's been quietly building are about to become exactly what the company desperately needs. Her slow 3 years, they were preparation, not stagnation. Or take Elisha and his servant. They wake up surrounded by an enemy army. The servant is having a full-blown anxiety attack. Classic December energy. Problems everywhere you look. But Elisha's chill. He knows something the servant doesn't. So Elisha prays for his servant's eyes to be opened, and suddenly the servant sees the hills are full of horses and chariots of fire. The protection was there the whole time. The servant's anxiety just couldn't see it. Your December anxiety can't see the chariots either. Doesn't mean they're not there. So here's how this changes your actual life. When you're lying in bed tonight and anxiety starts its performance review of your year, you remember, you're not behind. Your steps are directed. That comparison game, you're not playing it anymore. When your brain starts catastrophizing about January's bills or next year's uncertainty, you stop trying to pre-solve it. The strength shows up when you get there, not in your 2 a.m. anxiety simulator. When you feel like anxiety is just who you are now, like this is your permanent setting, you remember, this is weather, not climate. Your mind is renewable. Your thoughts are not your identity. You were given power, love, and a sound mind. Everything else is just noise. This isn't about never feeling anxious. It's about anxiety losing its authority over you. Your anxiety is lying to you, especially in December. It says you're behind, you're not. It says you won't have enough strength, you will. It says this is who you are, it isn't. The truth is simpler and stronger. Your path is directed, your strength is guaranteed, and your mind is renewable. If this helped you, we have another video coming that dives into burnout and why you feel so drained right now. When you see it appear on the channel, check it out next. I think it will speak to you in a really direct way. You don't have to white-knuckle your way through December. You don't have to pretend everything's fine. You just have to remember what's actually true versus what anxiety's selling. See you in the next one.